Hello, welcome to the Unscripted Pause. I am your host, and, and this is Feel Good Friday. That's right. And today on Feel Good Friday, I'm going to talk about the small things that bring us joy. So, look, I talk about joy on here a lot because I think finding joy is really, really important. Um, And I think we don't think about it enough. I think we don't appreciate joy. And specifically today, joy in small things. So let's start off by just saying what has brought me some joy this week. And if you watch and listen, I want to hear from you. Put in the comments what small thing has brought you joy this week? Because here's the thing, what we think of as small things are a lot of times, or what somebody else might think of as something small, will be something really big for us. And if we don't, like, things can be hard, right? It's been a tough week for my family. We just had some stuff happening with a family member. And so it's been a really, really tough week, because early on things did not look good for more than one family member. Two family members were rushed to the hospital, um, on the same day. And so it's been kind of a rough week. But finding that joy in some of the small things. Now, I'm not saying obviously it's not joyful that two of my family members have been in the hospital and were rushed to the hospital at the same time. That is not the joy. But the joy is that one has already been released, mhm, and one I have been talking to, right? The other one I have talked to on the phone, have heard their voice, which is amazing and wonderful, and they sound good. So there's like lots of joy. That to me is like big, big joy. But I think if I think about like what are the other things that have really brought me joy this week that maybe are small. So I was at the park walking this morning. And so like there were a lot of things that brought me joy this morning that seem really small, but they really brought me a lot of joy. First off, first off, anymore this week, I have not wanted to walk any day this week. It's been a struggle getting out the bed to go walk, but I did it, right? So there's a little bit of joy. There's some joy in that. Not a little bit, there's joy in that because I always love walking. I always feel so good when I'm doing it. At the park today, now, if you've been watching, you're like, oh, she must have saw the Lord, the man, and I didn't see him today. I didn't see him today. Um, but okay, in the park where I walk, there are a lot of squirrels. And these squirrels really are not afraid of us, the humans. They are not afraid of us. But today I saw these squirrels. I don't know, these three squirrels like running, chasing after each other, just like, but I thought, look at them. Like, because I didn't want to think of that. It was something um, like bad for one of the squirrels. I was like, they're playing. There's just joy. It's like they're playing. The squirrels are running back. And I don't know why that brought me so much joy, but it did. Small things, you gotta find joy in the small things. That brought me a lot of joy. The other thing just today is that I had gone to the grocery store. I did curbside pickup, so I didn't actually go in the grocery store and shop, but I did curbside pickup right after I left walking. And I did all of that by 9 o'clock. That wait, that tickled me so. I was like, it's not even 9 o'clock, and I have walked and I have picked up my groceries. That brought me a lot of joy. Look, it is so the small things because Yes. Could I get in my head about all kinds of stuff that's happening? Yes, certainly I could. I could. But I'm choosing not to. Like I'm finding joy in all the things. I'm finding joy in all the things, even the small things. Just enjoying my cup of tea. Here's my cup of tea this morning with my mug that's got my D, the letter D on it for Diane. Just enjoying my cup of tea this morning is bringing me joy. Mhm. So, my challenge to you is to find small joy in small things. What are some things that happened for you this week that have brought you joy? And then I want you to tell somebody. You don't have to, I mean, I'd love it if you put it in the comment section, but you don't have to. Just go tell somebody. Write it in a journal. If you journal, I kind of wish I was a person that journaled. I have 1,001 journals around this house because I always start. I see a journal, I think it's super cute, and then I buy it and think I'm going to start journaling. I'll journal for like a day or two, and then it is not my thing. Okay, sorry. Does I digressed. Sorry. But if you journal, write it in a journal, your diary, whatever you do, tell somebody, share it, write it down so that you know and you can acknowledge that small bit of joy that happened for you this week, this day, whatever. Okay? So that's what I'm leaving you with on this Feel Good Friday. And I want you to have an amazing weekend. If you are actually watching this on a Friday, have an amazing weekend and find some joy. Find some joy in the weekend. Even better, try to bring some joy to somebody else. Oh, isn't that even better? Because that brings us joy, but then we're giving joy to somebody else. That's even better. So, this weekend, bring some joy, give some joy to someone. And that can be a smile at someone because you don't know what people are going through and how much a difference a smile can make. Just acknowledging a person. Smile at somebody this weekend. Smile at a stranger this weekend. Ask them how's everything going for them. I prefer that question over how are you? Because the how are you we just kind of say, "Oh, I'm good. I'm fine." And we keep it moving even though sometimes we're not good and we're not fine. I find sometimes that asking someone, "How's it going?" is very different. It catches us off guard a little bit because we're expecting, "How are you?" So it catches us off guard a little bit and we're apt to say more. So bring some joy to somebody this weekend, but also make sure you find your joy. Okay, until next time, which will be Monday for Meaningful Monday. Until next time, be well. Go find some joy.